Hello and welcome back to the UK League Championship here from the Monster Energy DreamHack Studios. I'm still Hitbrain, he's still Orcs. And man, what a corker of a last game we had.
Yeah, that was a good one. Really intelligent play coming out from Barrage. I kind of lost a little bit of faith in the early game. Definitely something that can be fixed up there. But they just showed a good understanding of how to play out the win condition. Good play around the 1-3-1. And the team fight setup was especially good considering how much power had been drafted for Phelan. So credit to them.
Well, it's time to move on to our third game of the day. It's going to be NVision versus BTXL. Now, we're obviously very familiar with XL as an org. They've been in the UK for a while. They were chasing hot on the heels of Fnatic all of last season, and they're looking to kind of reclaim their legacy here as the UK's strongest team versus the likes of Fnatic Rising. But there's a bunch of El Clasico players on the side of NVision. Previously, if we said NVision versus XL, you'd be like, this is XL focused, XL favored. But man, we are looking at the likes of Shikari, Yusa, Nolty, Prosper. Some really, really stacked names on the side of NVision.
Yeah, NVision have gone hard. They've invested in a very talented roster that specifically has been made to challenge the Academy team. So we said, it wasn't set up this way, it just happened to be, but first day of the tournament, they're up against one of the academies, no other than XL. XL, very little changes to the roster. All they've done is fit Deadly in. I feel like this is a good adaptation because Deadly, the way he played with Giants, it was a very bot-focused team that initially have some early priority around mid and then translate that and put all the eggs in the Deadly basket for the late game. That is very much how XL also plays, so he should fit right in. This should be a very similar XL to the one that we saw from last split. Whereas NVision, it's completely new roster, completely revamped, and we'll get to see how it plays after this game.
We've seen a little bit from Deadly as well. He played at the Neo Surf Cup for XL when they were playing versus Misfits. He was playing Senna in the one game he played. No surprises there. Senna's kind of strong and everyone really likes her at the moment.
80 carry playing Senna? Wow.
Unheard of, unprecedented. Right, we're into bans. The Kali on the red side, speaking of unprecedented, that's going to be instantly banned away. Pantheon and Cassiopeia for blue side here for the side of NVision. So pretty standard bans, really, to start us out.
Yeah, so Pantheon sometimes sees bans because it's strong in the mid lane, gives that priority, that Roman ult. Plus, in tandem with the Talia, you can play it mid jungle or bot. We've seen a ton of Pantheon from Kasing last split. He was just playing that all the time. Point and click stun and the execute damage gave it, even without much damage when you're playing the support role, it still had strength. And see a lot of flex picks being banned away altogether. Every single champion here can be flexed to multiple roles. And I think it's just, these teams are both strong contenders. They're both formidable. They don't want to give that extra edge by having a flex available to the other side. NVision will have first pick though. BTXL with one more ban.
I think we look at things, especially like that Cassiopeia for me. A ban which was definitely targeted at Sendo. I feel that Sendo was a highly improved top laner last split. I was talking about how he was probably one of the best top laners in the scene. With the absence of Shikari being gone, it really kind of gave the throne over to him. And one of the picks that he shined so hard on was the Cassiopeia top lane, taking that away from him. And Shikari also returning back to the UK after taking summer off. And now joining this very stacked NVision roster, Sendo's kind of title at the top there is going to be up for challenge as the former king's back.
Yeah, absolutely. And first pick Aphelios coming out. We've seen a lot more priority on this Senna so far, but to me, Aphelios very much suits Yusa. It's a sort of champion who can make those big pop-off plays. And so, a lot of eggs in the Yusa basket already. Going on the side of XL, Jarvan, very typical champion to come out for Taxa, and also does make the life difficult for Yusa on an immobile 80 carry. They can take a support here if they want to nice something. They can just take an 80 carry to match up head-to-head. BTXL to answer.
We're going to see the Jarvan pick up here, followed up by potentially a very good flex pick that has been banned away quite a lot, especially in the Nordic Championships. Something we've been doing the 2 days before the UKLC.
Yeah, a lot of team fighting strength. Great synergy with the Jarvan, especially if they end up picking the MF before the end of this rotation. Even better. And as you said, it can be flex and go top, it can go mid. So a lot of flex picks banned away, but not this one. Right now, it's going over to NVision. So I expect them to answer with a jungler in this rotation and potentially pick up a support for Prosper. But it depends whether they want to specifically pick an answer to the Rumble now. And the issue is, you don't know where it's going.
You don't indeed. They're really walking the time down here. That's going to be a kind of Shikari staple here, the Ornn that picked up for him.
Necessarily can be flexed. Definitely between top and mid, and also can be played support. So there is a possibility that could be seen there. So not revealing very much, but also wherever this Rumble goes, the Ornn can answer if it wants to, and they can just breathe fire at each other.
True. All right, so what are they looking to kind of last pick here? Do they want to get a nice support for Prosphere so he can make sure use it doesn't die?
Jungler, definitely.
Go for the jungler, picking up that Jarvan for Nulty.
Lee Sin for Nulty.
Lee Sin for Nulty. Jarvan's on the other side.
Yeah, so the Ornn still functions as a three-way flex, so you don't want to reveal the support. Even though it can be played jungle, it's not the sort of thing you want. You want early pressure. Nulty picks up the Lee Sin. Good matchup into the Jarvan. You have the mobility to avoid his combo, and you can also challenge him in the early levels. Answer over the other side is going to be the Braum for Kasing. I would like to see a Senna ban here from NVision. You probably just ban Senna Misfortune here. Lucian's already off the table, so that's a lot of the AD carries who benefit from the Braum. And they're just strong this meta. Although if they do that, I would expect to see a Varus from Deadly. So maybe they're not going to go in that direction. They take the Zoe away from Special. This is something he is very formidable of. And BTXL have taken away the LeBlanc from Adept. So one of these strong blind picks you can take, because the question is going to be, I expect to see the AD carry come in, first pick for BTXL after this rotation. And then they have the opportunity to counter pick whichever lane they want.
Thinking it through before they make their final ban here for the side of BTXL is going to be the Rakan from Prosphere. Now, back when we saw him in Spring Split on Fnatic, it was a pick he really liked to play. That and the Pike were kind of like his two go-to supports.
Good matchup as well into the Braum. Obviously, a lot of these melee supports you want to get up in your face, like Leona and Nautilus, struggle in the Braum. Rakan is fine. You never really get to the point where you're stacking up the passive because you can dash in and out. So it makes sense in that regard, but also they could still put the Ornn in the bot lane. Senna gets banned away, so one of the AD carries I expected to see, because it does work so well with the Braum. It means Misfortune's still available, Varus still available. Deadly is a very proficient Varus player, so wouldn't be too surprised to see that come out for him. And the Braum as well, something we haven't mentioned, just how good it is into the Ornn in stopping his ult in terms of engage.
Oh, taking that time down. That's going to be the Misfortune. We're still looking at kind of our S-tier AD carries in this game. Deadly's going to be the one piloting MF for now. And NVision looking to round their comp out. Like you were saying, that Ornn is still technically flexible. It can go mid, it can go top. So they have to decide where they want to put it. That's going to be the Soraka pickup. Again, technically another flexible pick. Is Shikari going to be taking that top lane? Is it going to be going bot, or is it even going to be going mid? We'll have to find out.
And that's a good matchup into the Rumble as well, because you can just out-heal his damage. You know, he has that damage over time. You hit him with a Q, and he's going to heal back all that damage at a pretty similar rate. Tristana being hovered here, another flex potentially. It would suggest that it's going to be the Ornn support in this situation, something that Prospect can play in that role. Expectation is it's going to be the Tristana mid, the Soraka top. So a lot of late game in terms of what they offer with 280 carries and the Soraka, who we've seen have so much scaling. The thing is, BTXL have a lot of engage, and there's a lot of targets they can potentially punish with that combination. But if they get to the later stages, might struggle. Right now, BTXL looking to answer. We'll see where the Rumble goes. We'll see what they want to counter pick. Expected to be for Special. We're seeing the Silas technically still a flex. I mean, I'm saying it's probably mid, but it could go in either situation.
I feel like I'd rather the Silas than the Rumble into Tristana.
Yeah, I guess.
Personally, because I feel like Tristana jumps forward and then you just chain lash.
I don't think it's a good matchup for either, to be honest. But at least if she does jump in, Special can CC her up and then Taxa can follow up. It does mean a big thing is that you can steal away the Soraka ultimate. Actually seen it might end up being a Soraka support.
Okay.
So, I mean, we've seen a lot of flexibility. We've seen it go multiple roles. It is playing into a Braum, so not the most aggressive support in this situation. I think because typically you see the hard melee engages like Nautilus and Leona. They struggle against Braum, and then Braum struggles against mages, and mages struggle against like Leona and Nautilus. It's like it's a circle in that regard.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Essentially, yeah. So if BTXL had someone like Leona that could challenge the Soraka and get on top of it, this would be a bit riskier. But when it's a Braum, not too much of a threat of an engage. So Prospect feeling confident to take this one into the bot lane. It adds that element of scaling. You still have the Ornn up in the top side against the Rumble, which I'm sure Shikari is completely fine with that matchup. Interesting to see it come out. We expected to see Soraka at some point in the tournament. I think a lot of people were very focused on the solo lane Soraka, but still viable as a support.
And we're seeing Prosphere doing the pretty standard Soraka thing of you taking the Summoner Hill if you're the Soraka, and then Aphelios for the Cyber User. He's going to pick up the teleport. Now, one of the things I hit on at the beginning of Champ Select was kind of returning names to the UK And, you know, we've got the likes of Shikari returning, the likes of Prosper. Prosper was off with Kerberos in Korea for the summer split of the UKLC last time around, so he wasn't around. He left for Fnatic and kind of went off to try and grow himself as a player.
800 LP challenger.
He got very high. Was that top 150?
Top 150, yeah. So
it's incredibly high. So Prosper's always been a staple support. He's always been that kind of benchmark support ever since Orcs left. I can't say that with a straight face. But Prosper has always been... Prosper always has been one of those kind of staple supports within the UK scene. And Yusa, you know, rookie of the split for how many years running, he really fell off. He really didn't impress me on his time with M&M in the summer split. He's now joining a very, very stacked roster. He has to get back to that level we know and love from him. You've also got the likes of Shikari returning. And if you're Yusa and you're challenging to try and get back to being one of those top tier AD carries, you're going up versus Deadly. This guy has been playing for a while now. He used to be in the UK scene. He went away for 2 years, I believe, to play on Giants.
Yep.
Played on Giants in the Superliga Orange over in Spain. This is just a game of returning names. People coming back to the scene, people challenging for their spots. Sendo and Shikari, that top lane fight for who is actually the best top laner in the league. You've got Deadly versus Yusa. There's so many cool matchups here for like people wanting to prove that they are the best.
I mean, this was the game to watch of the day for me, absolutely. I was hyped for this one. Would you see Sendo actually going for the Omni Stone on the Rumble? So going to have a range of summoners available that you can use to trade into Shikari. I feel like you might struggle with some of those, like press the attack. Not going to be the greatest for the Rumble.
Can't you opt out of them? Yes, I swear you...
No.
No. I swear you can pick one and opt out of it. So you say you can't get that?
No, that's not how it works. There's certain that you can't get. So for example, you can't get Aftershock if you don't have CC in your QWE. You can't get Predator until you have boots. But everything else, you can get. If you don't use it for like 40 seconds, then it resets. But obviously, not using your Keystone for 40 seconds isn't exactly a great situation. See Adept already level 1, putting the pressure down on a special. This is the power of the Tristana in a lot of matchups. Really hard to punish because of that rocket jump, but can also do a lot special. And look, if you look at the red side jungle on the minimap, you can see 2 wards covering any approaches from Taxa. And I think a big part of this is that you could very easily level 2 gank the Tristana before the rocket jump's available. And that could honestly throw this matchup really in the mix, but he's covered in that regard. Fortunately, going to have a pause coming through. It's a little bit of lag coming out from the side of NVision.
So it shouldn't be too long to iron that out. Just have to sort everything off
Making
there.
things tense. Just bringing up the pressure.
Really want to Google, because I swear I saw in a patch notes that they were changing Omni Stone so you could opt out of one rune, one keystone.
Where would you do that?
I don't know.
How would you enter that in?
I guess at like the beginning of the game, it's like, hey, which one don't you want? You just click on it.
You think people would know that if that sort of thing had come up? Maybe you have to send an email to Riot. Maybe you send an email to Riot like, hey, I don't want to get this.
No, because it's based on your champion, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm like really wrong here.
I mean, why don't you suggest this to Riot? Okay, be like, hey,
just one, just one.
Yeah. So which would you choose for Rumble?
For Rumble, probably like Lethal Tempo or something.
I don't know, if you get Lethal Tempo when you're overheated, you'll just bash.
True.
Bashing
That's
them.
so situational, though. That's
but I mean,
situational.
I feel like all the attack speed ones are going to be situational for Rumble. Press the attack as well is going to be a bit rough.
Yeah, press the attack. Probably press the attack over Lethal Tempo. I mean, like...
Because Lethal Tempo, you just get in combat and then it's gone.
Yeah.
And then you can move on to the next one. But press the attack, you have to auto them 3 times. I mean...
Yeah, you slow with the harpoon gun.
Against an Ornn, you could do that. But in a team fight, how often are you going to be able to auto attack someone 3 times? Unless they're just sort of given up. Yeah, got back into the game after I talk about Omni Stone Rumble. You see priority coming out in mid and bot for NVision. And so what I expect from Taxa is a little bit of an attempt to try and give some space to Special. Usually, last split, we saw BTXL playing so much around their bot lane. Consistently, whenever they could, they'd apply pressure around the bot side. But for now, we've seen a little bit of a change up. They're giving some love to Sendo here. Taxa, Jakari would think he's safe here because Lee's behind, but...
Gonna get slowed down. Uses the Searing Charge. There's the knock-up. Can't get caught out there with a Bellows Breath. Sendo stacking up that Conqueror, though. Shikari is a brick wall for a reason. Now Nolty, seeing if he can play a little bit of baiting here. Tax is going to have to leave for the moment, but he might go for the old loop-de-loop.
It was great timing for a gank. The wave was pushing in. Sendo would have been able to freeze it if they did kill him. But Shikari plays it perfectly. He dashes to gain some ground. He uses his W, which you can't be CC during, so the knockup doesn't come through. Just played it well and patient. Didn't end up being a splash for nothing. But right now in the bot lane, Deadly and Kasing not having fun up against this matchup. And all I can say is this is karma for all the times that Kasing played Haima Yumi with Yana. That wouldn't be fun to play against either. Massive CS advantage coming out for Adept, and it's what you expect. It isn't really a good matchup for the Sylas into the Tristana. Obviously, Sylas does scale pretty well. The AP ratios have been buffed significantly in trade for other aspects of his kit. A little bit less AP bruisery and a lot more burst available to him, but up in the lane against a ranged champion, particularly Tristana, it's gonna be difficult.
See, Yusa
That's so annoying.
switching in between the sniper form.
The silence from Straka, just point and click.
Yeah. That's why she returned to the meta for a short amount of time, especially in the mid lane. People playing it just because it instantly goes on the ground as well. There's no animation, it just appears below you.
You used to max it and you just auto-win trades because you just spam E in lane. And they actually nerfed her quite a bit to stop that. But she comes back. She's inevitable. Remember the days with old Straka when she had the targeted silence and people used to play a mid?
Yeah.
And used to queue and it used to like rain down, hit all the minions and really max this.
Old Starfall.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Soraka has just always been this annoying champ.
Soaz used to play at top lane. Just you'd sit in there and spam and queue constantly.
Pretty much, yeah. Game being pretty slow so far. And Special, using that TP, managed to catch up pretty significantly in terms of CS. Adept back and then get another Darwin's Blade. And despite the fact there's been so much pressure coming out from NVision, Deadly has managed to keep up in terms of CS. He has recalled now, but he has a TP available if he needs it.
Oh, Tax is really, really looking to just constantly apply pressure onto Shikari.
Which is good. This is a very different Taxa because one of the criticisms for him, this is such a rough lane position.
Shikari is going to have to cancel that item build there. Still has that Bellows Breath, does use it perfectly, and has to flash away. Sendo's chasing him down though. First blood over to XL with the tower shot. The
that's so sad.
Oh, that is so unlucky, Sendo. You're going down. Nolty's going to get the Infernal Drake. And NVision trade out 1-for-1.
Really unfortunate. The play was good. They made the play well. Shikari didn't expect Tax to be there, and the wave was in such a bad position. And I think if the Observer could just skip up to top lane, I'm going to have a look at the wave.
Thank you.
I think, again, it's in a really rough spot. Sendo is going to be able to get here and freeze this one. You see Gang coming in bot lane.
Actually going to put him in place. That's going to be the end of Kasing. Nolty takes him down. XL leading out a couple of members here.
This is a very different game than I expected. XL, last split was so bot lane centric. And we've seen 2 ganks from Taxa in the top lane. So they had a very big reshuffle of priorities in this game at least. Shikari, the wave's in a really bad spot and it's got to be cautious now, flashless. And they don't have information on where Taxa is. He did spend a lot of time top, so they could anticipate he's going to be on the bot side. No guarantee. Adept just slamming down some damage on his tower.
And this is what Tristana mid did. We used to see, actually, it was XL who used to really highly prioritize the Tristana mid in the last split. Again, karma. It's coming back to bite them in the bum.
That's what you get. But obviously, one of the big things before was Tristana was picked up as a great matchup into Corki and Azir. Still working well here. Kasing and Tax are moving around together. And a little bit of attention being shown bot side. This is what we typically expect from XL. A lot of bot priority, bot focus. And I think a big aspect of it would be that Special's now able to find priority mid lane. So in the early levels, he was just shoved in on a tower. Now with a few more points on his Q, he's actually able to shove out and move around the map.
So a quick Sendo is once Proc's phase rush. Just pings away. Shikari really taking the brunt here, but this is what we know from Shikari. This is his play style. He is the brick wall player. He absorbs so much pressure for his team.
Great weak side player. Great absorbing pressure. Take stock of the game a little bit. Very even in gold. We did get that Infernal Dragon go over to NVision earlier. Herald spawning up in just a couple of seconds. You can see across the board, things extremely even. Like, there's a couple of hundred in favor either way, but it's not much.
Not much at all. Now, NVision, Hex Drinker picked up onto Adept to start this off. He obviously wants to try and get his hands on to the capabilities to 1v1 Special here. But Special's moving towards this bot side of the map. Yusa, he's just going to get locked up with the concussive blows, and Special picks himself up a nice and easy kill. Neymar, Nulty, looking for maybe a kick. Doesn't quite find it.
Gonna just go for the Herald though. And this is typical Special. He finds priority in mid lane and he rotates the pressure to the rest of the map. Often we did see it mid lane going to bot, and this is something that really revitalized XL last split. When they put Special on the roster, he would find priority in his lane, he would apply pressure, and it often found advantage on the other side of the map. Right now, we see Prosper's already roamed up. He's still level 5 though, not available, and BTXL is trying to
they got the Dragon's Rage. That's going to be the Rift Herald secured. No one's picked it up. Down comes the red carpet. Everybody's into the fight though. Yusa looking to pin Taxa in place.
Nice,
and Yusa's able
combo.
to take him down. That wombo was dirty. And Vision get the Herald. They get the kills, and they're going to look to take some towers.
So well synced from NVision, because 2 times they used ults that knocked BTXL away with the Lee Sin kick and the Tristana ultimate, and yet they just had enough damage layer to find the kills. Could have gone a little bit messy if they weren't coordinated, but they definitely are. They get the Herald, they throw it down mid, and they're already breaking down that mid tower, which pretty big achievement to get this early in the game, and NVision definitely delivering. We said this roster was put together to challenge the Academy teams. Is definitely a good start.
What a way to start, by being the Academy team slayer and slaying an Academy team to start. They're still a long way from doing that, but you were talking about how Special likes to play to get mid lane priority and then apply that around the sides of the map. It's going to be even harder now he's lost that turret already.
Yeah, so hard to contest the priority mid lane. He's already set up here. He's just putting damage down on a Special. Has that red buff as well, but yeah, I mean, the big thing is you can very easily shove the middle wave in deep and then rotate out and find control. Losing the mid tower this early is a really big hit to a team, because mid lane is the center of the map. That's why it's called the middle. And you can very easily just expand that area of control further. Right now that you see Kasing and Taxa pairing up together, try and gather some control, but the 3-man response is here from Yusa, Prosper, and Nulty.
Yusa picking up the Infernum now on his gun means he's going to be able to clear through this really quickly. Basically has permanent MFQs on his auto attacks. Dep needs to be careful because Taxa looks for the flag and drag. He cancelled the knock-up, and that's going to be the end of days for Adept. Deadly. He's on the board, 1-0.
Completely mistimed by Adept there. Ends up getting caught out. You expect to be so safe in the Tristana, but a big kill coming in from XL, and they are there to answer. NVision will start a lean towards the top side. In the end, they're just going to go for a reset, and BTXL, they managed to equalize in terms of dragons.
So we're looking at either a Ocean or a Cloud Soul. We'll see which one it will be after this dragon is taken. NVision take themselves this time to get that base off, like you said. Attack speed boots picked up onto Adept.
Ocean's better for NVision, Cloud's better for XL, because XL are very ult reliant. The extra movement speed is going to be huge for like Rumble and Misfortune, but Ocean, when you already have a Soraka as well,
is the Ocean.
Gotta say it favors XL here.
See if the motion in the Ocean is going to be enough for NVision.
I mean, can you imagine a Soraka queuing with Ocean and obviously the passive from the Q? It's insane.
Adept is now just trying to 1v2 down here.
Special's moving down again, though. This is a very easy dive if they have 3 members to do it, but he does back off, showing a little bit of concern. The response from NVision is just to push up mid lane. But there is a chance they could be collapsed on. Equalizer not available for Sendo, but the rest of the team moving.
Nod's done a fantastic job to move through the jungle diagonally to kind of mirror and run parallel to his bot lane, so no one can actually collapse from the right-hand side there. So really, really good job by him. Deadly and Kasing are just chipping away at these plates on this side of the map. Special now has a wish he can use.
His wish is to win this game. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the big things with the sides. You can steal away that ultimate. It's a really powerful one in team fights. You have the extra AP to get a lot of use out of it. Obviously, you don't have all the healing amplification from things like Forbidden Idol, as Soraka has, but definitely a strong one.
For anyone wondering as well, depending on what gun Aphelios is holding at the time, that's what ult he will steal away. So depending on if he has the Infernum gun, then it's the Infernum ult, and etc, etc. I can't remember all the names of the guns. I know Infernum because it's fire.
Calibrum.
Calibrum is the sniper. Yeah.
Gravitum is the CC one.
CC one.
Chakram is the little shuriken thing one.
Yeah. And then there's the movement speed.
Severum.
Yeah.
That's not the movement speed, that's a lifesteal one.
Yes, the red one.
Yep.
Red form.
There you go, we got them.
Oh, man.
All in the bag.
Only take 2 of us.
Yeah.
And a degree.
Well, in fairness, I got 4 of them, you got 1. And it's not like I didn't know the Infernum. That's the easiest one. So you say it took 2 of us.
And what's the name of his ultimate?
Oh my... You're looking it up. He's literally looking
I'm
it up.
not.
I can see you looking it up.
It's called Moonlight Vigil.
Which you just read.
No, I didn't.
Off the character skill. Well,
Okay.
we got it in the end. Tower going to go down on the bot side. XL applying a lot of pressure and keeping their bot lane there. NVision, they had control of mid, but the thing is, there isn't an outer tower to take, and they didn't want to commit for the inner tower yet, so maybe a misallocation of priorities, but XL pull away with a little bit of a lead.
They found a lot of gold onto Deadly as well there. He got all those plates.
He's 2 levels up on Yusa as well.
Yeah, Yusa's been kind of sharing gold a little bit in experience.
And that's the thing, is that solo experience is so much more valuable right now.
Look at ulti. Completely stops Adept from getting the tower.
Yep. But yeah, that's the thing. Solo XP is so much more valuable, and Prosper has just been hanging on to Yusa, basically. There's not much a Soraka can do in terms of roaming around the map with the Lee Sin. And you can see Kasing constantly pairs up with Taxa, and that gives Deadly alone time just to get, as you said, that solo experience. Has picked up the Executioner's Calling already. Morella Nomicon available from Rumble. And I think this is definitely one of those games where the healing is relevant enough to itemize for those. Lifesteal on both the carries. Lee Sin with his regen in there. Also, there's our champion Soraka, who does quite a bit of healing.
Bit of a lane swap is coming out. Obviously, Deadly wants to try and get this last turret on the side lanes down.
Herald, the big priority as well. Both teams posturing towards that. TP available for the top laners.
They did down top of a pink ward, so
Yeah, this could be the fight.
XL know this is going on. Vision already starting it up, and can Taxa steal this away in time? No, he cannot, but the Eye of the Herald needs to get picked up. Nulty will secure that objective for his team, and actually, NVision have rotated a lot of their member sources mid-side of the map, so they could just look to try and take another turret here. Not going to go for so far.
You can see Adept actually resetting on top side. They have no one covering that, and I don't think Deadly is going to push up deeper when he's alone. But still, more and more solo XP going into this MF, and this is exactly what happened on Giants in the SLO. Deadly was given so much farm, so much experience consistently, and he always ended up being the team's late game win condition. They'd often draft more early focused mid jungle, and then Deadly would come through, be super farmed, and be a monster. And it's a similar thing. It's different team, different roster around him. Once again, Deadly, he's getting the experience and the gold. And he's going to be a monster in the later stages. Didn't quite see it last game, but I think we all know how much a misfortune can do in late game team fights.
There are tools to deal with that, though, if you're on NVision. You've obviously got the wish to heal people up. You've got the likes of Shikari you can interrupt with the Call of the Forge God.
Silence can instantly cancel it, but
Yeah.
if you're in range to that as a Soraka,
You're walking through it, most likely to
questioning
do
your
that.
positioning. Maybe a flash silence, but then even so, he'll just auto-attack you.
Looks like BTXL want to get their hands on to this Dragon ulti. That was close. Gonna steal away the Call of the Forge God there from Special, or with Special.
BTXL are holding this up with a numbers disadvantage because Sendo's just walking over now. And it shows how much power they have, how much you have to respect that team fighting. Yes, there's a lot of late game strength from NVision, 2 AD carries and a Soraka, but you're really scared of the Cataclysm combo with the Rumble Ultimate, the Equalizer. But I say, however, everyone has their flashes on both teams, so Cataclysm going to lose a little bit of value, but they were forced off enough that BTXL can pick up that Ocean Dragon, work a little bit more towards that soul. NVision will take mid priority off this.
You can see that Nolty's moving up towards the top side. May just try and shove that Herald down, give some gold onto Adept. Because Adept's a long way away from actually being strong here. Special lands himself a knock up onto Yusa. There isn't going to be any follow-up as the Rift Herald is going to be summoned. Adept still needs to get some gold in his pocket before he's going to be able to really do too much for his team. This is going to help him massively here, as he may try and look for another charge, but XL are rotating all their members up to deal with him.
Looks like NVision just going to push a mid in response. Again, Deadly's just being left alone. This is double lift level play. Old school double lift, sit in the side lane and farm. play coming out from Deadly here.
Nolty is able to steal away a camp. He has got us lead on Taxa, but let's have a little look at that gold currently, because Deadly 1,000 up.
Yeah, and that's sort of the payoff from doing this. Getting that big gold lead. You do see a gold lead coming out for Adept over Special, although not as big. And a bit of one in the top lane between Shikari and Sendo. But obviously, first item picked up by Shikari that's been upgraded is that Abyssal Mask, changed into the Infernal Mask. Will be able to hand out items once he hits level 13, but no one really yet he's able to hand out to. Black Cleaver, likely going to be for Lee Sin, Blade the Rune King for Tristana, and Infinity Edge for Yusa, but they're quite a way away from that right now than the Lee Sin.
Also noting on the Special versus Adept kind of gold advantage, Special has completed an item and he's building on that Luden's Echo currently. Adept went into the Hex Tech, the Hex Drinker to be able to kind of soak up some of the damage. So obviously it does offer him some stats, but he hasn't got a full item yet. So he's still a little bit slower on the pace because he's gone into those component items. Predator's going to get used by Sendo, but
Predator, the typical summon. When you see Rumble mid, they run Predator. A lot of the roaming power being in the mid lane. So actually a nice one if you manage to get that as a Rumble, because a lot of strength in the team fights just to run people down with your Flame Spitter. You can see Deadly, he's 2 levels up on Yusa. He's feeling strong right now. He's joining the team and grouping around mid. A lot of respect being paid as Yusa backs off to pick up the wave. You see Special going for a heavy trade on this side. But obviously, Ornn still has MR against him. Right now, though, Adept's going to be a bit careful. They're leaning a lot of numbers up here. Baron spawning soon. Don't really think it's going to be on the cards right now, but control of the area is going to be important. The only person who can really face check it is Nolty, and if he does get caught up, he will be pretty squishy.
Let's finish up that Cleaver now, though.
Yeah,
they can't get that upgraded.
Finished for Tristana as well. So when Shikari hits level 13, he can start upgrading items. Actually, potentially looking for something here. Sendo's here as well.
Oh, good spot.
So difficult. Because Prosper is the one with the wards. He's the support, he has to support, I am to provide those wards, but he's really difficult to walk up as a Soraka. It's so dangerous. Redemption now finished though. Even more huge range healing available.
Yeah, and Yusa with the Essence Reaver looking to finish up an Infinity Edge. Himself as much damage as he can.
To this point, BTXL, they want to keep forcing fights. They're happy to split the map in this way with the 1-3-1. Special can just shove in continuously against Shikari. And then they keep trying to rotate their solo laners in mid. It's similar to what we saw from Barrage, rotating them in to apply pressure to the areas of the map. It's going to be hard for them to snowball the game anymore when this tower is still up in the mid lane, because Yusa and Prosper are just chilling under it. The wave can never be pushed deep, so it's not like he can rotate whoever's in mid out for long, because the wave just gets pushed back and then they'll respond. Baron probably not going to be on the table for now, but Dragon will be spawning in a couple of minutes. Would be the 3rd for Exile, and that's where it gets a bit scary, because when you're 1 away, every Dragon you have to fight for from then on out for NVision. You can't just give one up and trade it for something else.
Yeah, so they posture forward here, look to pressure this wave up. Burnham comes up at a good time there for NVision, so Yusa's able to clear out that wave nice and quick, and now 5 members strong, looking to clear out some vision. You can see Special with teleport, Sendo with teleport, off in the side lanes, looking just to get some priority over there. Adept also going to be able to clear through this wave fairly quickly with Yusa, double AD carry, make fast work of waves, towers, and objectives, but obviously are very squishy. They can get caught out, are fairly easy to blow up.
Yeah, and NVision just they push up mid, and they rotate back into the river. And they keep doing that, and they find priority because they have 5 members, so they can easily just muscle XL out. But the cost is that Special sit in the side lane. He's getting more solo XP solo farm, and he gets that tower down. So this does have costs for NVision. Dragon is spawning soon, though.
And NVision are also losing CS and gold and experience on the side for that, because these minions down to the turrets. A big wave has also just died bot side. That's just a wave completely gone to someone as well. I think it was about 2 waves worth of minions.
And BTXL, 2,000 gold up. And this is the cost of them going for this Dragon. They're now going to go for that tower in the top lane. It's like very expensive Dragon, is all I'm going to say for NVision.
Yeah, Adept is going to try to contest it, but Predator got picked up by Sendo, so Adept's just going to have to rocket jump away. They're going to give up the tower for it. Yeah, they picked up the Dragon, and yeah, they've equalized out on the Dragon score. But like you said, it was just very costly. 2 turrets given up, a lot of gold lost, a lot of experience lost. Special, a level up over Adept, got a big, hefty CS lead. Same for Deadly as well. 2 levels up on Yusa. Just a chunky old CS lead for him.
My concern as well, for the side of NVision, is that they're really going to struggle to engage these fights. Now, you look at them and you say they've got an Ornn, massive engaged tool, but that's very easily counteracted by Braum. And aside from that, you only really have the Lee Sin, which can be difficult to pull off, jumping into several members and getting an insect. I feel like if BTXL keep playing this 1-3-1, if they keep splitting the map up, it's going to be very difficult for NVision to ever force and find the fight that they actually want. Once they've started to hit their power spikes, once these Ornn items have come in and they've hit those 2 item spikes, if they want to say, hey, it's go time now, XL can just opt out of it.
Can indeed, but for now they're doing a good job of holding this mid lane turret. This is really what's slowing the game down for BTXL. The ability to not crack this turret. However, with the strength that Deadly has, Baron is always going to be a threat for NVision. So it does make it hard to kind of go for Baron when you don't have your mid lane turret, but the enemy team do, so they can always contest it though.
That's the next big objective that BTXL want to crack, is that mid lane tower if they can. What they need is a deep push to come in on the side lanes and then rotate these members, Sendo and Special, over and threaten the dive on the mid lane tower. But right now there's some good wards coming out from NVision you can see on the top side that cover any heavy invades. So BTXL are going to try and clear them out to an extent and threaten that. But these are really well placed wards here from Prosper. Not always going to be covered in the realm of sweeping. You don't expect wards to be that deep when BTXL has had so much control. So went a good route to get those down, but at this point, a reset came in from Yusa to pick up that Infinity Edge, and this could be the opportunity to get some damage on this tower, but BTXL is still a little bit cautious here.
Yeah, Adept waiting in those wings. Not for as a kick out, but NVision, game, we feel it's kind of getting eerily similar to last game where they're just getting pulled around the map.
Absolutely. Shikari now moving up. They bring an extra member to force up mid. The cost is you still have the Silas pushing the side lane. Sendo, he's just heading back to the wave. He knows he doesn't need to be there right now. He can TP in if they start Baron. If they don't, he's in no rush.
Still the lethal tempo. That should time out though, so he should be okay.
You see the Molten Edge now handed over to Yusa. So pretty big spike here. 2 items with the Ornn upgrade. If Yusa gets a crit, he'll do so much damage. Now, BTXL, they use their priority in the side lanes. Adept have to go answer. Now they brought 5 members in mid. They're looking for this tower.
Will of the Forge God as well, stolen away by Special. He's going to throw it out. Doesn't actually quite find anybody with it. Sendo holds his ultimate. It's so hard for Shikari to pull his Call of the Forge God because Kassin can just eat it.
Yep. And you can just hold that unbreakable until the Ornal is down. It's the main engage. And they're just going to ult that wave to clear it out and let the wave die to the tower. So again, more and more CS wasted for NVision. 3,000 gold is the difference now. It's just slowly building up, but it is very gradual, and they still haven't managed to break down that mid tower. That's something NVision are doing well, is keeping that one safe, because as soon as it does die, the Baron threat becomes so much bigger. The expansion of XL's control can be a lot bigger around the map. Because right now with that tower up, it's very difficult for them to push into the jungle. And you can see that's why those 2 control wards on the blue side jungle of XL are holding up for all this time. Because BTXL are very concerned about pushing in when it's very easy for Yusa to position. And he can just back away the turret if he ever feels threatened. BTXL will be in a really difficult position as they try and dive that. Dragon spawning up in a minute. Both at 2 apiece. And as I said, I feel like an Ocean Soul would favor NVision more, but BTXL would absolutely love to deny that, and it's still going to be useful for themselves.
These are just holding fast here in the mid lane. It's been getting chipped down, but it has lasted for a very long time, and it's done a good job for NVision, this tower. Keeping it down has been massive. That use of the Rift Held was big as well. Able to crack open himself a mid lane turret. Nolty just clearing out some vision here within the Baron pit. Wants to make sure no one's going to sneak it away. No trade of objectives while they look for the dragon if they want to contest it. See the Silas in the bot side, Deadly trying to jump forward. That's going to be the call of the Forge God already used. They throw down the ultimate from Sendo. Health bars are running low on both sides, but the redemption is huge. It heals up everyone. Taxa has to flag and drag away. And XL, they're going to lose out on the fight, but nobody dies yet. Now Special, he's stolen away Wish. So you can heal everybody up on BTXL. And the fight's just nullified.
And now NVision, they're moving so many members down in this Dragon. BTXL can go for the Baron in response, or the mid tower.
Remember how quick it goes, though.
The mid tower's been up for such a long time. They should finally be able to get it here, but can NVision start a fight off the back of this?
But they don't have that ultimate from Shikari. Remember, Special still running that Wish. Concussive blows will stack up onto Shikari, but he's going to be able to Syrian charge away in time. Wave gets caught here by Adept. They do finally lose that turret, but it took 28 minutes for BTXL to crack that objective.
Held on for a very long time. NVision working towards that point where they will outscale, but for now, BTXL holding on well. Third Dragon was picked up, so Soul next on the cards for NVision. That's when things can get a little bit scary around that Dragon pick, because a steal can just completely shift how the game is played. But for now, BTXL, they've gone for the reset. Taxa and Kasing are coming from base. They're now in a situation where they can push mid lane deep and then rotate through the blue side jungle, the top side jungle, and start to put down some aggressive vision control. If they push the wave up to the inner tower, it's very easy just to walk through, and that's when it becomes difficult for NVision, because they'll have to face check to contest that vision to see if the Baron is being done. And right now, Nulty's the only one who can do that, and if Nulty dies, that's essentially a Baron for free for BTXL.
Yusa just catching this cannon underneath the tower. Nulty having a fish about. There was a ward that spotted him out. Taxa's going to clear out some vision. Look at the vision currently.
You can instantly see that difference now that mid tower is down. It's just got a completely different game from BTXL as soon as they find that. There is a blue ward now placed on the Baron, and BTXL aren't aware. So there's no reason for NVision to face check. And they do have another blue ward available for depth. So they're safe for a while. There'll be a little bit of a back and forth as they try and bait those out. For now, NVision going to contest some of the vision. Kasing out of wards, so he's going to look for a reset here.
Yeah, that was nice there by the side of NVision. They're able to creep their ward line forward. Blade the Ruin King finally gets upgraded here for Adept. He picked up a rapid fire cannon as well on his base, so working with a little bit of additional range. We know Tristana already gained that with levels. It's going to be even more now. Yusa, stopwatch in his inventory. Hasn't based for a little while, so gonna look
He's
to
been
go
on
spend
2
some
items
gold.
for a long time.
Yeah, he has just been farming up an entire item.
What a zeal.
Okay, he just got a zero.
But hitting pretty high crit rate. You see that Deadly has already finished that entire rapid fire cannon. So still far ahead in gold and getting close to a Flame Horizon over him. You can see the gold difference, 2,500 just between them. And we saw Adept had a gold lead of a special, not anymore. Across the board, everyone but the jungles, BTXL has a gold advantage.
Oh, now they're going to start it up.
Being started. No one's actually that close.
They're going to get spotted out, though. There's that blue.
It's just gone, I think.
They're teleporting in. Shikari's looking to join up. Baron is just melting here to BTXL. They're peeling away. That's going to be the Moonlight Vigil going a little bit wide. Call of the Forge God gets eaten up, and Taxa looks to jump into the backline. Adept peeling away from everybody. Zatari gets placed down by Yusa.
Some really bad ults coming out from NVision. Shikari, no way that ult's going to do anything up against the Braum, and you should just whiffed it completely. Ult down on Prospect.
Oh, Prospect has to flash away. Does still have that wish available to him. Shikari taking a bit of damage now. Special getting some returned onto him by Adept.
Flash from Prospect is the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway from that fight. Deadly's so confident right now in this Misfortune. He can just walk up here, so strong, and his auto is doing so much damage. BTXL going to retreat towards the Baron. The low health isn't too much of a concern for NVision because they have the sustain from the Soraka. Although I think Prospect's just going for a reset. He is that low on HP from healing up everyone else. Once again, playing for the vision.
He took a lot of damage,
Baron.
but he got ulted on.
Blue Trinket did get used once more by Yusa, so they know they're not on the Baron right now.
Oh, Adept. He has to jump away. Shikari tries to do something, but Adept does have lifesteal at least to work with for the moment.
And Prospect's just come back from base. Full HP. They're moving towards the Baron and trying to control 1 minute on the Dragon. So BTXL need to start this now. They do not want to trade these objectives.
Looks like there's going to be a collapse here from
No blue
NVision.
trinkets.
Ultis are available. No blue trinkets up, and Baron half HP. The slow and steady move forward comes down. The equalizer's going to get used, and XL look to turn around here. NVision step away. Baron's reset. Deadly takes a kick, takes an auto from Baron. He's going to take a little bit of damage there. NVision don't give anything up here. They actually move their AD carries towards this mid lane to get prio. They're going to force BT to base. They have to go for it.
They might just be able to get Dragon off the back of this. Dragon spawning in less than a minute, 30 seconds away, even less. And Adept, I think, can just solo it. BTXL are trying to rotate over. They don't want to give this one up for free.
You can see the crabs also being picked up by Adept. He's moved over to make sure they have the vision, the movement speed on the zone to work with. This is going to be massive. Sendo does not have that equalizer, but you do look at Deadly and the Cataclysm available. Adept's already started this. He's soloing it. Sendo's coming forward. That's going to be the slow. Adept doesn't have his jungler around, and you can see that Tax is making his way forward. Nolty has to come in. The Call of the Forge God's going to get used. Tax is inside the pit. He wants to try and get it. Deadly's been poked out of the fight already as Nolty kicks away. The bullet time's coming down. That's going to be the dragon picked up. It's the soul for NVision. They found themselves a kill onto Taxa, and they're just going to run straight towards Baron Nashor. Meanwhile, BTXL moving to the bottom side of the map. They want to get themselves a turret right here, right now.
But I think NVision should be able to get the Baron and get back in time to defend the inhibitor. Actually, it's going to be pretty close. They may well lose a tower and inhibitor here. Recall's coming in from Shikari. They got the dragon, though, and they won the team fight. Deadly got chunked so hard just from the ultimate of Shikari.
Oh, they're getting an inhib.
Yeah, they get the inhib 100%.
There's no way there can be a contest here. Baron, even with double AD carry, is going very, very slowly here for NVision. The inhibitor in the bot side will fall.
But you take that. Dragon Soul and Baron for inhibitor. 100% win for NVision, and now all they need to do is stop pushing up through bot lane, and that lost inhibitor just does not matter. It was so well played, though. Kasing was not at the fight yet. I said how difficult it was for NVision to find a good fight because they couldn't use Shikari's ultimate correctly, but because Braum wasn't there, his ultimate hit onto Deadly, and then I believe Yusa used the Gravitum, and then because he rooted him off his ult, he got the extra damage from the Brittle, and that just chunked Deadly. Deadly was instantly out of the fight. Really well coordinated between the top laner and AD carry from NVision, and now they have the Baron, they have the Ocean Soul, which is great for Prospect, great for all of them for the sustain. They pushed up mid, and they're going to start leaning the pressure towards bot lane, you can see already.
Yeah, well, Yusa with that Hurricane as well is going to be able to clear out these waves nice and quick. He'll be able to just push up. They've got Baron to work with. Tower's going to go down. BT want to step forward. They want to see if they can try and take themselves any more turrets. But look at the power the Infernum has when you have the Hurricane. You just do so much splash damage.
Yeah, and he's just pushing up. They're looking to collapse on him, but he has the Baron recall. He can get back so quickly if needs be, and he's just going to go for it now. Baron recall comes out.
Yep.
No way.
He held it as long as possible, but yeah.
He got 2 towers and a ton of farm. He actually just waited a little second to do it, but yeah, great situation for NVision, and they've managed to equalize the gold, but still have the extra benefit of having that Ocean Soul. Adept jumps away big crit, but he's going to have the healing for Strocker. He's going to be able to shake that one off.
The Oceans.
Yeah, that too. I think that's a big thing for Strocker, because normally when Strocker gets low, you're tapped out, you can't heal anymore. But if you hit anything, you hit a silence or a Q on any member, you get that extra Ocean healing that's just going to top you up.
Yep, Adept's that's full health.
Redemption upgraded now for Strocker, so full item upgrades come out from Shikari. You are getting to that very late game state, which I do think does favor NVision pretty heavily. And because of that Baron, because of that team fight, the levels have been equalized.
Nolty jumps forward, concussive blows are going to stack up. He takes a lot of damage. In comes the bullet time. Nolty's dead. Deadly's able to find that one. Prosper may just get pinned in inside, but look at the healing from his team. In comes the Call of the Forge God. Shikari is stunned up, and Kasing gobbles it up whole. The Moonlight Vigil just melts for the kill, but BTXL still happy to walk away with those kills. They've just got Yusa. They've just got Adept. They have no one to support their carries, and they have to do some serious work here.
That was an insane amount of damage.
Adept's 1v2ing! Deadly's so low! Adept finds himself one! He's jumping it forward! He's going in 1 versus 3! He can't quite get it! Yusa, he's just farming chickens at this point. That was so close by Adept.
That was a massively won fight for BTXL, but the AD carries of the team, Adept and Yusa, managed to make the big plays to hold it back. That Infernum from Yusa, that's post-nerf, and it did so much damage just to nearly turn things around instantly. And then Adept manages to kill Deadly, goes in for it on a special and Taxa. Oh, this game's delivering. I knew it would be chaotic. Wow, that was something. Things have slowed down now. The resets come in. Still a bit of time before that inhibitor respawns. The Barons are being cleared off NVision. Down a little bit of gold, but not enough to really worry about at this point. Levels are pretty even across the board right now. Elder Dragon is now going to be on the cards. Baron is going to be on the cards. Baron spawning a little bit sooner. But both of these could be game-winning objectives.
Watching Adept jump in 1 versus 2 and almost getting a triple kill reminds me of that Beatles quote, but with Yusa, where it's like, is Yusa the best AD carry in the UK? No, he's not even the best AD carry on NVision.
Well, in fairness, he
is also got a best. I mean, no, to be fair, yeah, if he got the triple kill. I love you, Yusa. I'm sorry.
Special going in the side lane once again. This is the difficulty. They don't want to have to answer this. Shikari doesn't hold up too well against Special right now, but he is recalling here. No inhibitor means it is a very big threat on the bot side. But NVision, they just want to stick together as a unit. Use the power of their double 80 carries in tandem with the Soraka. And you do see last switch has come in. Special might be in trouble here. No TP available to TP out.
Ooh, he's moving around.
They're so
able
scared.
to dodge out. Yeah, he is still very, very scary.
The new changes to the Silas means that he can just 100-0 you in one combo. The AP ratios are so much bigger, and at this point of the game, the threat is very real for anyone on the team apart from Shikari. Big crits coming in.
Yeah, 75% crit there on to Yusa. He's looking to finish up his Guardian Angel as his last item, so not going for the 100% crit.
Could well salvage once if you do lose it.
Yeah, he could pick up a Phantom
crit.
Dancer as well if he just wants the shield more than he wants the revive. But
we're going for the healing reduction. Gonna have, and also obviously the armor shred, good against both the tanks, but the healing reduction effective against the Silas. That healing is insane right now.
Elder Drake is spawning up. BT are pinging it.
I was wrong. Elder slightly sooner than Baron, so I'm bad. But either way, XL are ready for it. They see the timers on the map. It is coming up soon. They need to contest this area. There's so much vision control for XL. And Vision are going to try and push mid and rotate. Engage coming in at any moment.
Oh, jumps straight onto the backline. Taxa gets layered on. Bullet time still being held for the moment. That's it, getting thrown down. Special jumps in. He gets an instant assassination onto Yusa. It's just going to be Adept as the carry, but he's already been forced out. He's trying to heal back up. Shikari is just being minced through here.
That should
and
be game.
Find their opening to find themselves in. There goes Nolty. He goes in, goes golden, but he's 1 versus 3. Concussive blows are going to stack up and deadly. 5 and 1 right now. This will be the tower. This could just very well be the game here.
And the Jarvan pick coming up huge, working so well together with the Rumble. They trap Yusa and Crossbear in that they burn them and there's nothing they can do. BGXL, we said maybe NVision could be the Academy killers, but not today.
It was a stellar performance indeed as Adept is taken down. A delayed ace from XL. They're onto the turrets. They're onto the Nexus. It took 40 minutes, but NVision fall to XL.
And just the power of that team fight coming in huge. This is a limitation of the immobile champions like the Soraka, like the Aphelios. They're so strong when they get to those later stages, but the Jarvan ultimate trapped them in, and then the equalizer just... You saw Soraka in that fight, putting down the Q to get some healing, putting down the ultimate, and with the Morale and Omcom as well, there was just nothing to be done.
I mean, we actually saw Yusa get healed back up to full health after the Cataclysm wore off, and they just got one shot by Special. That was that assassination potential you were talking about. So it's like, they used everything to keep Yusa alive, and it's like, okay, he might be able to turn this around. Everything's... Oh no, he's dead. Yeah. Like, it was so well played, that final fight by XL. They knew that if there was a fight at the Elder Drake pit, if, you know, Yusa's able just to get another massive Moonlight Vigil inside the pit, the Elder gets stolen, the landscape of that game changed. So they went, we're not even going to risk it. We're just going to jump on you now. We know we have a wombo combo, and they used it so effectively.
Yeah, and I saw some of the old familiar traits of XL, put a lot of emphasis on the AD carry, especially Deadly transitioning that from Giants. We saw Special doing the hard leans bot side, and great execution on the 1-3-1, but that team fight really coming together and showing they're still very formidable as a team. Both academies holding their own today, but NVision, definitely a lot of signs of life. It's their first encounter with the academy teams. They'll have 3 more in the regular season and likely more in playoffs as well. Definitely some challenges to it.
Yeah.
But they can go back to the drawing board and refine that. They have a whole split to work out how to beat these teams. Wasn't to be today.
Looking at that, NVision do look promising as a team who will be able to take, you know, Fnatic and XL all the way. I really feel like this is going to be a very formidable team for them, but it wasn't the case for today. XL, they don't want to be